My name is Mc Hale. I was born in Tiernaur back in the 40s, and my father was an islander who had bought a property in the mainland and moved to the mainland in the 30s. And I went to school in Knocklora. My teacher was Master Moran, who was nicknamed Big Porrick because he was a very big man.
Were there many pupils there at that time?
There would be about 60.
And many teachers?
2.
Who was the second one then?
Mrs. Moran, we used to call her Grania. She was Grania Moran, but Mrs. Moran was her name. And she was mother of Brendan, PJ, who was the super, later became commissioner, or assistant commissioner, and John, Porrick, Cullen, a very large family, Teresa. Yeah.
What subject did you do there?
We did Irish, history, English and maths.
Religion?
Religion, Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
We were told about the Protestants. We didn't know what Protestants were, or that they lived in the north. And they had no Blessed Virgin, and that's about it.
What kind of history were you taught?
We were taught all about Ireland, Porrick Pierce, how we were invaded, and when I immigrated I went looking in London for Oliver Cromwell. But Cockney told me one night that he had died a few years ago.
And did you get a balanced view of history at the time?
I got a very balanced view of history.
Yeah. I think it was a fair view, it was, eh?
Well, I think it was very fair. Irish people are very fair in their views about things, because if they're wrong, they say so. And if some other body, it's like the football. Like in England, it's all one side of England is playing. You only hear about England. But if Ireland is playing somebody, Ireland is criticised every minute by their own commentators. Like, so that's a very balanced view.
Okay.
In my view.
And where did you go next?
Went to Westport to university to Mr. Ward. We were taught metalwork and carpentry and maths. No history.
How long did you stay there for?
2 years.
2 years.
I used to cycle from Tiernaur to Westport morning and evening.
What was it like living in Tiernaur and going to Westport and all that kind of stuff when you were young and teenage?
Well, it was only when I immigrated I discovered what Tiernaur was like. Because in London they used to buy those portions of cockles in the pubs and outside the pubs after night that you just couldn't eat. Like, it was terrible. And salmon, you had no idea of it. It was frozen forever. And at home we had mussels, cockles, salmon, everything fresh. The best of beef, the best of bacon. And when you go away for a couple of years, you realise where you left. But you didn't, because you had no money when you were leaving and you went to get money.
And how did you spend your spare hours as a young child or as a teenager?
As a young child in England or
in Ireland? Eh?
Well, in Ireland I played football. I cycled to school in the morning, cycled home in the evening, played football at school, played football in the evening then for Tiernaur. The Scanlon Cup was big in Ackle. We had loads of football every evening. You had to work, you had to do the hay, you had to do the corn, you had to do the turf. Everything was taken into consideration.
And was there much leisure time?
No leisure time at all. And you went to probably pictures at that time. You got in for 9 pennies.
Where did you go to?
Mulranny or probably Newport.
And where did they show them in Mulranny?
They showed them in the old hall. Guy from Castlebar called Duffy used to come there back in the 50s. And the same thing in Newport. That was it. We used to have another night in Ackle Sound. It was the one movie you'd see 40 times. But it was okay.
Did you do any fishing or anything yourselves? Huh?
Yes, we used to fishing. We had, my father was an islander, and we still have the island. Well, my nephews have it off Clue Bay in Stubbridge. It's the island of the Wells, and he was there at the time. Very historic island, actually. There was a lot of IRA brought there when they were injured. There was a hospital. There was come on a ban looking after them. The women used to go on the strand. The Tans came to the opposite shoreline, but they were afraid to invade it because they thought they'd have been set up on the strand. They didn't dare to cross.
Which is fair enough.
And well, fair enough, yes. And then when they used to get better or wanted to get out there, they'd get my dad's boat and they'd go across the sea to Westport. So then come in this side. So they lose them on the strand and get on the sea to Westport, and that's the way it used to be.
So what did you do next then? After
I went
Westport?
to London in I suppose I worked in Ireland. I had a great job as a chauffeur for a while. My sister was working a place in Balacroy. She got me the job. And Mr. Hunter came to Mulranny, who owned the Bahamas. He owned the hotel in the Bahamas where Prince Grace and Prince Rainier had their honeymoon. And he had a big picture of himself on the mantelpiece in Balacroy between the two of them in the door.
And he was coming in his holidays here, yeah?
Just for 1 year, I got the job driving him because his Dublin chauffeur just went on the beer too often, and one night he didn't wake up. And I got the job then for 2 months.
And what age were you then?
I was supposed to be 17, but I was 15.
You didn't know
I got a
that.
license. I was the only one who could drive the car, actually.
Okay. So you spent a couple of years working around the area then?
Yeah, I did my time with Kelly's. I served my time with Kelly's as
In
a
Westport.
carpenter. I worked with them.
The builders?
Builders in Newport, Mickey and PJ, God rest them all. And,
Okay.
old Mike.
That's Mickey to do the dancing now, is it?
That's right.
Okay.
And Teddy Kilroy, Sam Moore, all those people, they were great. Salt of the earth.